और अर्थव्यवस्था में कुछ नए चीज़ें करने की इस समय ज़रूरत है। उदय कोटक, जो आप सबको पता है कि ये सरकार के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा इनकी हमदर्दी भी रहती है, सीआईए प्रमुख भी हैं। इनका कहना है कि सरकार कुछ चीज़ों को लेकर निर्णायक कदम उठाए, बड़े कदम उठाने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि अर्थव्यवस्था अंदर से जैसी होती जा रही है, ये इसलिए करना ज़रूरी है। उदय कोटक ने एनडीटीवी से एक्सक्लूसिव बातचीत में कहा है कि दूसरी लहर ने इकोनॉमी को बड़ी चोट पहुंचाई है। बातचीत में उदय कोटक ने कहा कि सरकार को दो तरह से राहत के उपाय करने चाहिए। पहले, कमजोर आर्थिक वर्ग की मदद के उपाय, और दूसरा, उन सेक्टर की सुध लेना जिस पर कोरोना की दूसरी लहर की सबसे ज्यादा मार पड़ी है। उदय कोटक के मुताबिक अब सरकार के लिए बड़े कदम उठाने का वक्त आ गया है। उन्होंने सरकार से अपील करते हुए कहा है कि छोटे कारोबारियों को बिना गारंटी के दिए जाने वाले कर्ज को क्रेडिट गारंटी की योजना के तहत 3 लाख करोड़ से बढ़ाकर 5 लाख करोड़ करने पर विचार करना चाहिए। दरअसल पिछले साल कोरोना की पहली लहर के दौरान सरकार ने आत्मनिर्भर भारत पैकेज के हिस्से के रूप में 3 लाख करोड़ रुपए की आपातकालीन ऋण सुविधा गारंटी योजना का ऐलान किया था। सरकार की वैक्सीनेशन नीति में भी उन्होंने बदलाव की सलाह दी है। उनके मुताबिक 75% वैक्सीनेशन केंद्र सरकार ले और उसे बराबर राज्यों में बांटे।
I think the time has come now for us to consider a fiscal expansion to support the economy. And this expansion needs to take two parts. One is to the bottom of the pyramid, where just as the government has been doing on food, to expand on the food side and medical side. Simultaneously, work programs strengthen further like NREGA. And third, even direct cash transfers to the poorest for meeting their day-to-day essentials.
And when it comes to an actual direct cash transfer, would you have some kind of amount or number in mind as to what would be a suitable amount?
We should be considering between 0.5 to 1% of GDP. GDP on a nominal basis of India is around 200 lakh crores. So I would say between 1 to 2 lakh crores.
Do you think that we are or we should be able to afford this kind of spending?
In my view, this is the time for us to be able to expand the balance sheet of the government, duly supported by the RBI, which should deficit finance a part of the government's expanded balance sheet rather than letting that go to the market borrowing, which means the RBI's balance sheet will be expanded, what is known as monetary expansion or printing of money. Time has come for us to be doing some of that, because unless we can protect growth through this period over the next 1 year, we run the challenge of trend growth rate getting more gradual on a long-term basis.
Okay, that's significant, sir. You're saying even if it comes to having to print money, this is the time to do it.
Absolutely. If not now, when?
And to those who say that this comes with all sorts of risk, including India getting downgraded and all of that, you would say what?
Srinivasan, we are sitting on 600 billion. We are sitting on $600 billion of reserves. Okay? And if you look at our current account, for the current year, it's going to be 1 to 1.5% deficit for 21-22. For 2021 was positive. Our balance of payments is likely to be $20 billion positive for the current year. Therefore, we are in a strong external position. We have to ensure that the human cost is controlled, and simultaneously the economic cost is given a breather so that the economy can sustain and bounce back. These are one-time measures. Again, to use medical language, these are short-term steroids, cannot be used for the long term. But right now, we need to use the steroid to save the Indian economy for sustained growth going forward.
What you make of what has happened to the vaccination drive, because the numbers you talked about in terms of the supply coming in 6 to 8 crores a month, the fact is that the actual supply to the states, particularly in that 18 to 45 category, has crashed. Several states have actually had to close down their vaccination centers, which is why, as I mentioned, from vaccinating about 36 lakhs per day, 36 lakh doses a day in the early part of April, we're now down to 16 lakhs, which is less than half. This is after the center said that we're liberalizing the policy, we're allowing states to buy directly from vaccine makers. Clearly something has gone wrong. What, in your view, is that?
I have a recommendation to make. Currently the new policy requires 3 players: the center, the states, and the private sector. The quota for the center is 50%, and for the states and the private sector, it's not defined and it's within the balance 50%. My personal view is we should break it down to only 2 quotas. Center, 75%, private sector, 25%. And within the center's quota, the center must work towards an equitable distribution of the vaccine on a national basis across states. And that 75% pricing can be negotiated by the center with the manufacturer, whether it's a mix of 150 or 300, but whatever it is, fix one price and 75% going to the center, who in turn distributes to the states, and 25% is free for private sector markets.